afternoon. Thought I'd say hi. It's Friday. I am smoking a pint. It's a very lovely Friday for mid-September. Blue skies, it's warm, it's not raining, it's been raining a lot recently. I was going to try and do a video last week, but I came down with a bit of a cold, so it's never good for me with smoking when you've got cold flu symptoms. So I thought, as it's such a lovely day, I'm going to just try it out, see how I feel now, and it's good. Just thought I'd pop the tin up. Erinmore flake. It's described as a fruity blend of Virginia and Burley. As you can see, this is an old tin. This is one of the first pipe tobacco reviews I think I ever did on YouTube, and there's me going, oh yes, and I'm really close to the camera. Just thought I'd do a quick review. And it's funny when you look back at your early videos and how unnatural perhaps they are, or how far you've come in the time that you've been doing videos on the internet. And yeah, not quite as, I wouldn't say I'm truly polished because I just sit and talk to the camera, but yeah, it's not like it is now. You know, I didn't have a microphone, I didn't have a tripod. I'm there, just got the thing on my hands, just going for it, freestyling it. And yeah, but funnily enough, it's got loads of views for Erinmore, because I think I found there weren't that many Erinmore flake reviews when I popped mine up. So I want to say that was about 2013, 14. So this is about 11 years old. And you're probably thinking, well, that's a bit crappy if it's in the tin. So what I did with a lot of my tins to try and reduce the drying out, so I popped them in little sealable bags. So, I mean, when you go out places, this does look very dodgy. And you whip out a sealable bag of what could be described as plant-based substance, I suppose. So yeah, you have to be a bit circumspect around that kind of stuff. But this one, flake, tends to not dry out as much as ready rubbed. So I've that one didn't need rehydrating. I think I have rehydrated it before, but it's turned out all right. I got in the pipe, that's from my tool. So I've got my Erinmore. This is a Savinellia, what kind of word is that? A Savinelli, let me just read the bottom. It's Aroma Lucite. It's a 111 KS. And I won this in a Pipe Nook competition a few years ago back now. I don't even know whether the Pipe Nook still does videos. You know, I'm so out of touch with a lot of YouTube pipe community. It's going, but it's not going very great. Just got a glass of water today. You know, Friday, it's got to be a Savinelli day if you watch the old Matches videos from his Friday Savinelli. So I thought I'd fire mine up, as I've been having those kind of like memories recently, which is why I kind of thought I'd do some more blog style posts. Yeah, you can definitely taste the like little fruity notes in this Erinmore. I'm not a massive lover of just straight Virginia or Burley, but together with this, I think it's like there's a fruity casing they put on the on the flake, and it's very pleasant. A nice, cool afternoon smoke. Yeah. Yeah, so having not been very well, I was a bit annoyed that I couldn't smoke my pipe, and it's been a lot of rain as well. Luckily, I can sit in my kitchen and do these videos with the doors wide open. When it comes to winter, I'm not sure how much of these I'm going to want to do, but we'll see. I have to go and sit in the shed and just be cold with a coat on. I've got a couple of sheds. They're full of crap, like all sheds are. I think this is just a man thing, that men like sheds and they just like storing tons of shit in them. I don't really know why. They're always a bit untidy, but you've always got something, that bit of wood that you're like, I'll need that someday. And there is a little social media video somewhere of a dad and a son, and the son goes, "Dad, have you got this we need a piece of wood, and it's like angled," and Dad goes, "Oh," and he runs off to the basement, and there he's got this piece of wood he's had for like 20 years, and it props the bed up, and it's the kind of thing that a lot of guys do. I certainly know I've got bits of offcut and stuff, tools, things stashed in there that, people are like, "Well, are you ever going to use that?" And I'm like, well, you never know. I mean, my grandfather was a great hoarder of shit. The amount of string that he used to have knocking around. Yeah, he used to have reams of string. I don't think he'd ever run out. So yeah. And that, I've just been working. At nights, late, so it's always tiring when you come off those, especially when you've worked night shifts, and then, that first day that's your day off, trying to recover from that, actually want to get up and do things. I don't ever want to do anything. So try and get this going again without lighting it, but there's a little bit in there. Sometimes if you put your hand over it, you can just create, or your thumb, as long as it's not too high to the top, you burn your thumb off. You can create like a jaw, like you would with a fire. There we go. Yes, and this is rather pleasant. I probably should have a hot drink as well. Maybe I'll make myself a cup of tea in a bit. I've still got a book to finish that I said I would finish last time, and unfortunately I started another Fallout 4 playthrough. I don't know how many of you are into gaming, but that's one of the games I enjoy playing. That, City Skylines, and FIFA, those are my sort of three most played games. I think the city building game, I've got like 390 hours stashed in that one, of just sitting and building up little cities and then watching bus routes. It's incredibly dull, but it's what I enjoy doing. I pass the time with that kind of stuff. I do feel at the moment, though, that everything's going a bit mad, and I feel like doing these little videos keeps me a bit centered, I suppose, with the world as it is, trying not to worry about what's going on, because it's easy to get bogged down in everything that's happening, watching news and social media. Especially social media just seems to get everything out of control, and I think I saw a post the other day talking about if it was 1990, what would you do? It was really interesting to see the split between people who would go and just see their loved ones who had died and people who wanted to make money. And I just thought, I just love that there's no social media, because ironically, I'm posting this on a social media, but I don't know. I feel like it's brought, what did my other half said, it's brought all the narcissists to the forefront. And it so has, you know, people living their lives online. And maybe I'm living my life online, but I feel like this is a niche community, pipe smoking, and there's not that many of us. And every year we get less and less because, you know, tobacco is demonized because of cigarettes, but pipes and cigars, what I'd say is more gentlemanly smoking, just doesn't really get the break it deserves. And, you know, I don't smoke my pipe because I love tobacco and nicotine and getting that buzz. I smoke my pipe because I love sitting here looking out of my garden and just contemplating life, really. And just switching off. There's so much information that's pumped into us now that I feel like some days it's just good to switch off and not think about, and not constantly look at your phone and read a book, or just sit and think. Because we're now so not used to having our own thoughts that life's just hectic and so fast. And before you know it, it's over. Your kids grow up, you know. My daughter's should be 14 this year. And, you know, it's that old thing where you go, I don't know where the last 14 years have gone. What I do, because there's 14 years worth of YouTube videos that I've been doing. It's funny looking back at some of them. But yeah, our whole lives are now on this thing. Internet, my phone, you know, doom scrolling as it's called now, just flicking through TikTok. And we went on a cruise in the summer, and it was nice, days at sea, not having internet. I played solitaire, I read, I listened to music. You know, I didn't sit aimlessly and flick through a social media app. Facebook's gone down the toilet. Every time I look at it now, it's just adverts or groups. Or, you know, I think I flipped through it earlier and I saw 2 posts from people I knew, a couple of groups that I was involved in, and that was it. And everything else was just either an advert or a group recommendation. And I just remember when Facebook used to be about funny posts from your friends and the little apps and games that you used to have. But now it's just trash. It really is trash. I don't know. Maybe this is too deep a conversation for a pipe smoking video, but I don't know. Well, looks like my old boy has run out. Well, if you've made it this far, well done in listening to me just chomp shit for about 15 minutes so far. I feel like I need to intersperse this kind of video with reviews, and maybe I should re-review that. I have got a couple of other tobaccos that, yeah, I probably should look at doing as well. But I do think back and look at times when I was doing lots of reviews that I wasn't particularly happy back then, and this was a nice outlet. And because I'm happier in my life, that I just don't do them as much now because I got other things going on and other happiness in my life. And I forget that other people like these videos. So I'm trying to do some more. I've done a few this year. I've done maybe more videos than I did last year. I don't know. There we go. Nice. It's always good to have water when you're smoking because it dries your mouth out so much. So I think that'll do for pipe chattiness on this beautiful Friday. And I'm going to finish off my pipe and maybe put some music on. So whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you have a lovely weekend and take care. See you around.